I'm Adam. And I'm Cupcake. And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey Cupcake, it's good to see ya. What's new? You're always up to something fun in your retirement. I'm gonna fulfill my lifelong dream of reenacting Star Wars with real cows. You never fail to surprise me, Cupcake. So who's playing who? Are you gonna be Darth Maul? Precisely. And I've already cast some of the other cows. Bessie will be Princess Leia, and Buttercup is a shoo-in for Chewbacca. But I'm still searching for the perfect Han Solo. Well, if you need a Jedi to save the day, count me in. I've been practicing my lightsaber skills with the kids during recess. Oh, Adam, you're the Obi-Wan for the job. And speaking of lightsabers, have you seen the janitor's new mop? It's like a Sith Lord's weapon of choice. I always knew there was something mysterious about Mr. Jenkins and his cleaning supplies. Maybe he's secretly plotting to rule the galaxy. In today's book, Galactic Friends Who Are Hardly a Bore, from Akbar to Zeb, this nice little primer will teach you and make you an excellent rhymer. So Padawans prepare, get ready, get set, to learn the ways of the Force and the alphabet. Let's get started. ABC3PO, written by Calliope Glass and Caitlyn Kennedy, illustrated by Katie Cook. Hello, I'm C3PO, Human-Cyborg Relations. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. Welcome to an adventure in rhyme and space. A. Akbar. Poor Akbar, he tried. It really wasn't his fault. Blame those Empire thugs. It was a total assault. Unseen and unplanned for, he didn't know what to do. So he yelled, "It's a trap!" And the phrase stuck like glue. I don't want to say the thing. Say it. Say the thing. B. Boba Fett. A bounty hunter with a jetpack to boot. Where did Boba Fett find such a suit? Tougher than nails, he never ever fails. Unless there's a Sarlacc. Oh, shoot. C. C3PO. He once called Chewbacca a flea-bitten furball, and R2 a fat glob of grease. For a protocol droid, his manners are awful. His grumblings never quite cease. But 3PO's got a heart of pure gold, or possibly iron or chrome. Either way, he's begrudgingly loyal, so he'll follow wherever you roam. Wait for me! D. Droids. Droids may be machines, but they have oh so much heart, ever present, brave and true. Their loyalty sets them apart. R2-D2, for example, never ceases to amaze. He's truly the hero. He deserves all the praise. BB-8 is another small little friend. Be it through thick or thin, he'll follow you to the end. And Chopper? Well, Chopper will do just what he wants. But he does come in handy if you can handle his taunts. E. Ewoks. Ewoks are tricky. They seem fluffy and cute, but if they attack, you might want to scoot. Sure, they like stories and feasts in the night. But don't get too close now, they've been known to bite. F. Finn. Finn was a stormtrooper, but he had to cut loose. This Kylo guy's evil, he'd come to deduce. Plus his boss was a real pain in the armor. Phasma was hardly what you'd call a charmer. So off Finn flew in a stolen black tie. Good riddance, First Order, good day, and goodbye. G. Greedo. Going somewhere solo? I see right through that grin. You hate knowing the odds, but here's one you won't win. This bounty is mine, of that I'm sure. I can't wait to take you to Jabba's front door. H. Han Solo. A cantina in Mos Eisley, smoky, dim and loud. In a corner there's a smuggler, scruffy, cool, and proud. He owes Jabba money, and Greedo's well aware. But Han just draws his blaster and ends the whole affair. Oh, Han Solo, I remember him. Wasn't he the guy that always boasted about making the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs? Yep, that's the one. He's got the Millennium Falcon and Chewbacca by his side. What the heck is a parsec anyway? It's a unit of distance used in astronomy equal to about 3.26 light years. One parsec corresponds to the distance at which the mean radius of the Earth's orbit subtends an angle of 1 second of arc. Oh, that clears it up. Chewbacca, he's that big hairy guy, right? Reminds me of our school janitor, Mr. Jenkins. Yeah, Chewbacca does have quite the resemblance to Mr. Jenkins. Anyway, Han Solo's like the ultimate space cowboy, always getting himself into crazy adventures. Just like the time I tried to sneak extra sprinkles into the cafeteria cupcakes and got caught. Sounds like a daring escapade to me. But Han Solo's adventures usually involve battling stormtroopers and dodging laser blasters. Well, I battled cafeteria chaos and dodged flying meatloaf. Close enough, right? Absolutely. In the galaxy of crazy characters, you'd fit right in with Han and Chewie. IG-88. Metal skin, tall and thin. A droid who seeks but rarely speaks. Can he find the one assigned? Darth Vader's not the forgiving kind. J. Jabba. On the planet of Tatooine, in a place none too clean, lived Jabba the Hutt, a creature whose gut was as giant as Jabba was mean. The slimy knave made Leia his slave, and with that, his end was foreseen. K. Kylo. Kylo, you're crazy, you've got to be kidding. A 3-bladed lightsaber helps do your bidding? Come now, be civil, have 1 blade or 2. 3 is just cocky, we all know it's true. L. Luke and Leia. Luke Skywalker was an only child, at least that's what he'd concluded. All alone in a desert with nothing to do, he just sat around and brooded. Meanwhile, in a palace fine, did Leia grow up hiding, strong, smart, and capable, and over the Senate presiding. But after many years it was clear, they were destined for great things. Luke as a Jedi, and Leia a general, but best of all, siblings. M. Millennium Falcon. This bucket of bolts, this hunk of junk, she jostles and jolts from cockpit to trunk. But Han wasn't lying, she's the best at flying, until she breaks down with a clunk. N. Nien Nunb. It's Rebels versus the Empire, a final showdown at last. Lando's flying the Falcon, along with a friend from the past. Nien Nunb's been fighting for ages, he's a good guy through and through. Though with a laugh and a well-timed blast, he bids his enemies adieu. O. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jedi in a hut. Hermit hiding. Wait, but Jedi, look, a droid is coming. Rolling, beeping, flashing, humming. Jedi, R2's loyalty brings a plea from royalty. Jedi, Princess Leia calls. Will you leave these desert walls? P. Poe. He's the best there is at flying through space. Make no mistake, Poe Dameron's an ace. He's a pilot for the Resistance and fights First Order ties. It's his mission in life to take down the bad guys. So if ever you're in need of a helping hand, just find the black ship with the bright orange band. Q. Qui-Gon Jinn. In a galaxy far, far away, on one fateful Tatooine day, a powerful Jedi named Qui-Gon Jinn met a little kid named Anakin. Jedi training was Qui-Gon's plan, to raise the boy into a man. For Anakin's sense of the Force was so strong, what could possibly ever go wrong? R. Rey. Rey was a scavenger, hardened yet spry. She could fight off 6 Tidus without batting an eye. But she was stuck on Jakku alone in the sun, for years by herself till hope she had none. Then one afternoon, Rey had such good luck, she met a little round droid who was rather stuck. Rey cut BB-8 free from the net right away, and the two have been friends since that very day. I may be retired from lunch lady duties, but I still got some tricks up my sleeve. Speaking of sleeves, did I mention I bought a whole wardrobe of cow print shirts with my lottery wingings? No kidding. Now let's focus. Today's letter of the day is A. Any ideas for a memorable lesson? Well, Adam, I was thinking we could act it out. You could be an astronaut, and I could be an apple pie. Get it? A for astronaut, A for apple pie. That's creative, Cupcake, but how exactly do you plan on being an apple pie? Oh, I'll just roll around on the ground, pretend to be dough, and shout, I'm the flakiest pie in town. I'm not sure that's the educational experience we're aiming for. How about we stick to something a bit more traditional, like an apple and an antelope? Oh, boring. But alright, we'll do it your way. Just promise me one thing, Adam. What's that? If we ever get to the letter C, you let me be the cupcake. S. Stormtroopers. What is hiding underneath that expressionless white mask? Stormtrooper, what are you thinking is the question I'd like to ask. Do stormtroopers smile? Do stormtroopers cry? Is a stormtrooper a person or just a bad guy? One thing is for sure, believe it or not, a stormtrooper is usually a terrible shot. T. TIE Fighter. Where are they coming from? How can this be? Just when you hit one, another two come. No, three! Do evil forces have an unlimited budget? It would seem so if you count them and judge it. TIE after TIE gets blasted to bits, yet there's always another to join in the blitz. U. Unkar Plutt. The junk boss of Jakku is Unkar Plutt, but he seems like a wannabe Jabba the Hutt. From his gut to his greed, he's the worst of his breed, yet he reigns, so don't try to rebut. V. Vader. Most folks would rather jump in a Sarlacc pit than ever hang out with Darth Vader. He's even less charming and much more alarming than a ticked-off Tusken Raider. Just look at Luke when he found out the truth. Sure, losing a hand is a bother, but a missing appendage is no big deal compared with Luke, I am your father. No! W. Wookiee. A Wookiee makes the best co-pilot and friend. They're loyal and protective to the absolute end. Although they seem sweet with all the fur, underestimate them and oh, the wrath you'll incur. Chewbacca, for example, is deadly indeed. He might rip off your arms, so please do take heed. But trust me when I say Wookiees aren't all that bad. Just let them win at Dejeric and don't make them mad. X. X-Wing. A fighting pair droid and human. Astromech and rebel crewmen. X-Wings need two to fly, two to climb and touch the sky. Evil forces these ships condemn, all thanks to those who pilot them. Y. Yoda. Small he might seem and green he may be, but Yoda is smart, don't you agree? He's the wisest of sages, a Jedi Knight for the ages, and train you he will if you plead. Boop beep. Z. Zeb. Zeb has a temper, but I wouldn't test it. As Ezra can tell you, you'd learn to regret it. A Lazat by birth and warrior by trade, Zeb is a rebel ready to come to your aid. Goodness gracious me, finished already? You are quite clever, you know, for a human being. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. What do you think they'd do differently if they were teaching the Spanish alphabet? You know that there are 4 different letters not in the English alphabet, right? Like what? Che, Y, Ñ, and R. Oh, that's different. The Royal Spanish Academy removed Che and Y from the alphabet in 2010, leaving the Spanish alphabet with 27 letters. The letter R has not been considered a letter for centuries. That's a lot of information for letters we aren't going to use. So what's our word for Ñ? That's a good question. Picture this. Darth Vader walks into a Spanish class on the Death Star and he tries to order a coffee. But instead of saying cafe, he says Conejo. And then the barista, who's a stormtrooper, looks at him confused and serves him a Conejo, which turns out to be carrot juice. And then Yoda walks in and tries to teach Darth Vader how to say Nino, but ends up saying Nino. And then Darth Vader in his deep voice goes, Nino, I am your father. Who knew the Force could be so funny and educational at the same time? If you thought this video was funny and educational at the same time, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam, and I'm Cupcake, and this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Did you know the word alphabet comes from the names of the first two letters of the Greek alphabet, Alpha and Beta?